In this video, we are going to discuss about some basic things that we need to know, and that are distance, displacement and uniform circular motion, speed, velocity, acceleration and uniform and non-uniform motion. So let's get started with distance first. Okay, so what is distance? Distance is actually the length of the total path traveled. Okay, so let's have a look on this example. If somebody is traveling from A to B, and then B to C like this, then what would be the distance? In this case, the distance would be, as I said earlier, that distance is the length of the total path traveled. So from position A to C, the total path traveled here AB and BC, so we have to calculate the length of these paths. So let's assume the length of A to B is 4 meter and the length of BC is 3 meter here. Okay, so in this case distance would be the total length of the total path traveled, that is 4 meter plus 3 meter, then it would be 7 meter. So distance is a scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity because here only magnitude, that is 7 meter, is given and the direction is not given, so that is why it is a scalar quantity. Now let's talk about the displacement. Displacement, the definition of displacement is, it is the shortest distance from final position to the initial position. So here the initial position from where somebody is going to start its journey, that is A, and where it finished its journey, that is C. So C is the final position and A is the initial position. So the shortest distance would be a straight line here in this case. Okay, the shortest distance would be a straight line because we need to find the shortest distance. That is why we are adding a straight line here from A to C. So in this case, because this is a right angle, you can observe it, 90-degree right angle. So this arm of this triangle AC, so this arm is a hypotenuse of this triangle. So the displacement would be, according to the Pythagoras theorem, that is the under root 4 meter square plus 3 meter square. So it would be 4 square, that means 16, plus 3 square, that means 9, so it would be under root 25. So that means we will get the answer, that is 5 meter. So displacement is the 5 meter here in this case, because displacement is a vector quantity. So we should write the direction as well. So as we can notice that if the direction is like north south, then east and west, like this. So in this case you can notice the AC is in the direction of northeast, so we should write 5 meter towards northeast. It is the complete answer. Okay, and because in the case of distance, first it travels to the east direction, then it travels to the north direction. That is why the direction is not fixed here. That is why distance is a scalar quantity. But in the case of displacement is a vector quantity, because in this case direction is also given. Now let's talk about speed. What is speed? Speed is rate of change in distance. Rate means we have to divide the quantity with the time. That means distance divided by time. So let's assume the distance is 4 meter and 3 meter, that is 7 meter, and if it is taking the time, let us assume from A to B it takes 1 second. Okay, or let us assume it takes 2 seconds to reach from A to the C. A to C it takes 2 seconds, then it would be 7 divided by 2, that means 3.5, and its unit would be meter per second, because distance is in meter and time is in second. So the SI unit of speed is meter per second. So distance, so speed is what? Distance divided by time. In the case of velocity, we should know that speed is a scalar quantity, because direction is not given in this case. And in the case of velocity, velocity is the rate of the change in displacement. That means at the place of distance we should write displacement. So it is displacement divided by time. So displacement we have calculated, that is 5 meter, and time, that is 2 seconds. Okay, that is 2 seconds. So 5 divided by 2, that means 2.5 meter per second. So the velocity, SI unit of velocity would be also meter per second, because displacement is in meter and time is in seconds. Okay. Now acceleration. Before acceleration, we would talk about the average velocity. Let us assume if the object is traveling now from C to D and then D to A in this case, and let's assume somebody that it covers A to B 4 meter, B to C 3 meter, and then C to D also 4 meter. But now at this time from C to D, it covering this distance with a motorbike, let us assume with a bike. So in the case of, because it is traveling this distance by bike, so it will take less time to cover this distance. Okay, and same in the case of in this C to D to A as well. So 3 meter, but now in this case the person is taking help of the bike, that is why it will cover the same distance in the less amount of time. So because the person is covering the same distance in the different interval of time, so that means we have to calculate the average velocity. Okay, so in this case the average, first we would start with average speed. So in this case average speed would be the total distance divided by total time. So the total distance would be 4, 3, 4 and 3. Then we have to add all of these things. So 4, 3, 7, 7, 4, 11, 11, 3, 14. So 14 meter divided by total time. Let's assume to complete this it's taking 0.5 seconds to complete C to D, and to complete D to A distance length it covers in 0.3 seconds. So the distance, so the total time would be 2 seconds from A to C, and then 0.5 plus 0.3. So 2 plus 0.8 seconds, that means it would be 2.8 seconds. So if we cut it, we can find the 5 meter per second, that is average speed here. Okay, 5 meter per second. Now in the case of average velocity, so formula would be total, at the place of distance we would write displacement. So total displacement divided by total time. Total time. So total displacement, that means the change in its position, that means the difference, actually the shortest distance between the final position and the initial position. But now in this case, if the object or somebody is traveling from A to B, then B to C, and then C to D, and then back to A, so that means the object or the person is reaching on its earlier position. Okay, so that means the change in its final position and its initial position would be 0 from A to A. So 0 divided by total time, that is 2.8 seconds, it would be 0 meter per second. So we can say that distance cannot be 0, but displacement can be 0. And one more question we have to know, that when distance and displacement would be equal. So if the object is travel in a straight line like this, like A to B, if the length of this from point A to B is 5 meter, then distance would be 5 meter and displacement also would be 5 meter. So in the case of when object is traveling in a straight line, then distance and displacement can be same. Okay, but now it's changing its direction so many times, and in this case displacement and distance would be different. Okay, now we would talk about the acceleration. Okay, so acceleration is what? Acceleration is the change in velocity with respect to the time. So the formula would be acceleration would be change in velocity, that means change in velocity divided by time. So the definition, the SI unit of velocity is meter per second and the time is second. So at SI unit of velocity acceleration would be meter per second square. Meter per second square. What is uniform and non-uniform motion? If the object is, let's assume, if the object is traveling equal distance in equal interval of time, let's say if it is 5 meter, it is also 5 meter, if it is also 5 meter, okay, and the object is taking to cover 5 meter 1 second in each distance. So in equal interval of time, if the object is covering the same or equal distance, then it would be a uniform motion in a straight line. Okay, and in the case of non-uniform motion, let us assume the time interval would be same 1 second, but in this case the 5 meter, in this case let us assume it is 15 meter, it is 10 meter. That means in equal interval of time, if the object is traveling unequal distances, then it would be a non-uniform motion, and the condition is they have to travel in a straight line. But in the case of if the path is not straight and if the path is like this, circular path, and if an object is traveling in a circular path and it covers equal in distance in equal interval of time, then it would be uniform circular motion, and if it is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time, then it would be a non-uniform circular motion. So I hope these things are clear now. Thank you.